We are back on Speed Street, and it is the first edition of Speed Street in the month of May. The first ever May episode of Speed Street right here. We started last summer doing YouTube shows. We got on the audio version in the fall and the winter, and this is the first time that we are recording and doing this show together. Myself, Joey Mulinaro, Conor Daly in the month of May. How you feeling, bro?
Well, it's the greatest month in the history of months. It's going to be a lot of fun. There has been so many people asking about it and the Indy 500, and the hype is for sure real. I even looked at I got a layout of my Indy 500 helmet yesterday, and I think I'm going to put a quote on the top of it that just says, "We're back."
Yeah.
Because it's fully back. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that yet. Please tweet me if you feel like that's a great phrase to put below the Indy 500 logo since we're fully back.
Why don't you just do fully back?
We're back is a powerful statement,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe fully back is like, where were we before? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it feels good. And now we're actually I'm at home. I'm at my home finally, which is nice.
Goodness.
We got the motorhome moving in this week to the racetrack. Which means that my home will then be there. Shout out to Mount Comfort RV for helping us out, huh? Nice people.
Yeah, there we go. Because I will be joining you there.
Yes.
I will be living out there, thankfully, in the month of May at IMS. Not in the same lot as Conor, of course, because, they got the drivers and the owners, rightfully so, being in that one. So I'm off to the side a little bit.
You're in the side cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Like if we lived on a golf course, you'd be like on hole 9. I'm on like hole 1.
Right. Yeah, that's a great analogy, man. That's some cowherd level S shit right there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll both be moving in on Thursday of this week. That's one announcement. Very, very excited about. So there's going to be a bunch of content by me. Conor will be in some that he can when he's not focusing on winning races and, etching himself into the Bjorg Warner. But it's going to be a great month. And I'm going to be out there. Like I said, Conor will be out there. And we have another announcement, Conor.
Oh.
Do you know about what I'm about to announce?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm very excited because we've been hinting around it. We've been talking about it on Speed Street, which, by the way, follow us at Speed Street Pod. Give a subscribe, rate, review this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on YouTube now. You can watch us on YouTube, so you can see me and Conor. We're kind of matching almost in a way here today. Got the gray joggers, the black on black up top. Didn't even plan it, looking good. But we've been teasing around it. We've been hitting around it. And May 16th, Monday, May 16th, in Indianapolis, Indiana, the greatest spectacle in podcasting happening with Speed Street, myself and Conor Daly, and the guys from Off Track with Hinch and Rossi.
We can ask them about it,
We can ask them about it, too. Yes. So, Off Track with Hinch and Rossi, Tim Durham, myself, Conor, at Sun King, downtown Indianapolis, off College Avenue.
All right.
So,
great.
Yeah. How do you feel? Are we good? You like it?
Yeah, sure. May 6th. I guess I'm not golfing that day.
Well, it's during the night.
Oh, it's at night?
It's at night.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
So
sweet. Let's do it. Yeah.
Golf during the day. Do what you got to do, and then come on out. It's going to be, I think, 7 to 9, I believe. You're going to have an opportunity to buy meet and greet tickets if you want. There's going to be a limited amount of those, limited amount of all of the tickets, all right? So there's only, I believe, 70 people that they can fit in the arena, so it's going to be intimate, right?
Wow.
But tickets will be on sale on Friday. Me, Thim, and Hinch have been working a lot behind the scenes, letting Conor and Rossi take care of their business and not really have to be bogged down by details. But tickets will go on sale on Friday. You can be following Speed Street, Off Track, Conor, myself, all of us will be pumping it out.
And will this be a live show of sorts?
It will be a live show.
Are we recording it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All
I think we're going to be live show, so it's going to be us up there. It's going to be telling stories, joking, having some brews, laughing, just revving up, getting excited for the greatest spectacle in racing coming up, less than 2 weeks from that point. So May 16th, Monday night, come start off your month of May with us, Sun King, Off Track, Speed Street, the greatest spectacle in podcasting, and that is going to be tickets on sale on Friday of this week. So that's Friday, May 6th, I believe. We're going to put the tickets on sale.
Wow. That's great news. I'm excited for that. Sun King has always been very supportive of IndyCar racing, so that's a great place to be. Monday also great start to that week because Indy 500 practice is going to be going on, so we're all pumped about that.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we all had a very successful Indy GP, so maybe we'll still be celebrating that. So there's a lot there that's very positive. So I'm glad that we sorted that out, or you sorted that out, and I just am here for the ride.
Hey, that's the beauty of it. You guys are literally and figuratively here for the ride. You and Rossi are in the ride, and then you're just coming along for it. And me and producer Tim and Hinch, since he's just a pretty face on TV now, we can handle those sort of things. So very, very excited about that. It's going to be a great night. Like Conor said, not only does it kick off the lead up to the race, but I mean that week, the next day, you'll be able to go out to practice, watch the cars go fast, and starts off the week of practice there. So very, very pumped about that. Pumped about everything we got going on here at Speed Street. So like I said, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at Speed Street Pod. Be downloading, subscribing, all those good things, because we need to fire this up, pump this up here in the month of May. Conor, what are we going to get into today?
Well, there's a lot. Obviously, we did some IndyCar racing over the weekend. Met a lot of fine folks at the Barber Motorsports Park yet again who have said that they listened. So we appreciate you guys listening to this podcast. A lot of great people at the autograph session out there. It was beautiful, beautiful weekend until there was a little bit of rain on Sunday morning, but it didn't affect our race. But yeah, we had Barber. We went NASCAR racing on Monday. So I think that's actually something that should happen more often. But they had a rain delay. We had some angry drivers at each other after Barber. Very interesting. Tim Tebow was at Barber. I didn't get to meet him.
I was going to say, you met a lot of fine folks, but you said you didn't meet him.
I completely forgot that he was there. The NFL draft, I feel like we should definitely talk about that at some point because we are sports fans. Had a couple people tweet us about a name of an Indy Lights driver that we have seemed to have. Some people didn't know about this young man. I knew about him for a long time. But it kind of went along with some of these interesting names that we found for the Ricky Treadway Random Indy 500 Driver of the Week, which I have another great name for this week. But we will get to that. I'm sure some strong IndyCar fans will know the name that we're going to get to. But yeah, I mean, we could just start it off by getting into the race that just happened in Alabama. I mean, Patricio O'Ward, Pato, winning the race. Great drive by him.
Hell of a move on Renus there.
Yeah, that was actually right in front of me, too, on track. We hadn't pitted yet. And these two guys come out of the pits right in front of me. I'm like, oh, all right, there they are. And then we pitted, I think, the next lap. But I got to saw it all with my own eyes. Renus was obviously having a great race, had a great race in general on the podium for our team, which is great. But what did you think of the race overall as a spectator? I did not really enjoy much of it. There was not a lot of overtaking in my area of the racetrack.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think?
I was very grateful that the weather cooperated.
I wasn't.
It was it was the whole weekend leading up, the week leading up. It was like, hey, we're keeping an eye on this forecast. It doesn't look great. And then on TV, it played out beautifully. I mean, the sun was out, looked like a gorgeous day down there. Again, Pato, he was due. And in my picks, I had Palou, I had Renus, I had Newgard, and a lot of good drives from those guys. But Pato was one of those guys that he was due as well, and he did what he unfortunately couldn't do last year, and he brought home the checkered flag down there at Barber. So thought that was a hell of a move, and I think what people want to hear about a lot is the drama that ensued towards the end of the race.
Yeah.
Following the race with one Graham Rahal, Romain Grosjean.
Romain's Gross Pants.
Gross Pants.
Yeah.
We saw it. It was a lively reaction from Townsend, Hinch, Lee on the broadcast. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we didn't get to see the instant reactions on the post-race coverage on Peacock, but what were your initial thoughts? What are your thoughts now about what happened between those two?
Well, I think it has to start with Barber being a very difficult track to overtake on. It's a bike racetrack. It's not a track for cars. It was designed for motorcycle racing because the guy, the Mr. Barber, I believe, or whatever, is a huge motorcycle guy. Obviously, there's an incredible motorcycle museum there. There's cars in there as well, but mainly motorcycles. And I also saw boat engines in there too, which was interesting. But yeah, I think it is. I saw a stat that there was some passes, like there was more passes than last year or something like that. But I don't know where that was. I mean, I saw a couple moves, but once the cars get going, you really aren't. There's not a lot of overtaking at Barber without hitting someone. Like we saw Colton try to hit some other guy and spun. There was a lot of contact between Grosjean and Graham. I watched Helio absolutely maul Jimmie Johnson right in front of me. Just a lot of, you have to do things there that you probably wouldn't necessarily want to do at other places because it's just so hard to pass. The straights are too short. You can't really generate a massive run on anyone. And a lot of the times, you're kind of busting your butt just to be in line with everyone else. And that was kind of that's what kind of brings it on. So there was a lot of drama, obviously. Colton's deal I thought was really Colton had made some moves. I saw some of his moves on people, which were great. And I think the whole, Grosjean on Rahal thing, that definitely was interesting. I don't know if Roman really ever had that move, and then to just drive into the side of Graham, and then again, I'm a little bit unsure of what. I still don't really know what happened there, but I mean, I think I actually enjoyed Grosjean's interview after more so than Graham, because Graham didn't get taken out in that event. You know what I mean? Like Graham kept going and held on to the position. So if Graham would have got fenced and thrown into the bushes, then I think, that interview probably would have been a little bit more fair. But yeah, I mean, Grosjean was trying to make a move, made some contact. The secondary contact, I'm confused about. But to be fair, late in a stint or even mid stint, it was tough to put the power down out of 5. That corner is difficult to get back to full power without a little bit of wheel spin. So maybe that happened. I'm not sure. But yeah, it didn't look great for the 28 car. It looked like Graham was just a punching bag essentially. And I don't watch the races. I only see what appears on the Twitters and the Instagrams as highlight clips and stuff like that. So it was, something that you love to see. Even it doesn't matter your opinion, as long as people are angry at each other after the race, that helps us. So it doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. As long as people are actually, honest and starting to throw, some emotional comments at each other, I'm happy. Good for IndyCar, because we need more of that. I mean, I'm watching NASCAR every weekend, and there's fights and people are angry at each other. I'm watching people get spun out, and there's rivalries that people are following because it's exciting. Corey LaJoie got hit by Daniel Suarez on Monday, and that was because Suarez thought that Corey took him out at Dakota, and I was like, oh, this is a whole story that I didn't even know about. You know what I mean? But I'm locked in. You know what I mean?
Truex and Chastain.
Truex and Chastain, a little bit of heat after that race.
Right.
So I think that was good for our sport. There was some good racing out there. But yeah, just Barber is definitely one of my least favorite tracks. Just for racing. I think it's a great driving circuit, beautifully maintained, and we had an incredible crowd there. We appreciate everyone coming out there that weekend. I mean, sold out Saturday, sold out Sunday. But yeah, that's kind of what was going on the old rivalry and the old contact between other cars side.
Yeah, Graham, he was like, you want honest Graham, or what do you want? Am I going to get in trouble? When he's talking with Kevin Lee,
honest,
and I think he was. I mean, apparently on IndyCar radio, let's see, who is this from here? This is from Jake Query. He said that, quote, "This guy's overstayed his welcome." That's what that's what Graham said about Roman.
I didn't see that. I mean, I think there was also one, obviously he did have a reputation in Europe for sure. And we've seen
can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks. That was a hilarious statement. And you know what? I mean, we have seen a couple moves from Grosjean that have been, let's say, questionable. Taking out half the field at Portland last year, driving straight into Jimmie Johnson at Laguna Seca last year. A lot of stuff that is, right on the edge.
Earlier this year.
St. Pete, yeah. So, there's a couple things for sure, but there's always going to be those guys. You know what I mean? People give Takuma Sato a lot of crap for, stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
But he's still out there. He's still a 2-time Indy 500 champion. So, you know what? Can't really argue with him. And so that's what makes it interesting. And I love that. I obviously hope to be not on the wrong end of any Grosjean contact at any point. But you
Maybe you
kind
should
of
stop
know.
calling him gross jeans. Maybe he did
No,
just
I love
say
it. I think he loves it too. I fist bump that guy every time I see him. I say, "What's up, Romain Gross Jeans?"
Nice.
But I think it's important that we have these, this heat getting generated, especially going into the Indy GP, which is honestly a great racetrack. Like we know that overtaking can be done there. We know that IMS is gearing up for an incredible race with, the track is going to be in pristine condition. We're going to have a great crowd there. So the Indy GP is a great classic road course for overtaking. And will we see some beating and banging? Probably. But that's what it's for.
I mean, yeah, we've seen the clip of Renus, do the split into two right down the middle last year's GP, about 100 times, and for good reason. It was a great move, and probably see hopefully a lot more of that stuff here coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And I know us as a team, we're pumped to get to Indy GP. I think Renus had a great weekend in Barber. I did not. There's no way around that. But really, it all starts in qualifying, right? These races are so important for track position nowadays. It seems to be slightly more difficult to overtake sometimes than others. But yeah, we had a car go off in our qualifying session. Basically, I was the last car in pit lane, so I was the last car out of the pits essentially to start our qualifying run on the red tires. And had the speed that we needed to transfer and kind of get up with our teammate there. But yeah, we're not able to complete the lap, and that's kind of where your weekend starts to get really, really difficult. And we look at our sector times. We're quite quick in several of the corners that we needed to be quick. But when a bunch of debris gets put all over the track, that kind of ruins things in turn 9. So
yeah.
So it was a real shame, and it's all we can do is what we can do. The team was aware. We see on our data where we were fast and what we can do. Obviously, race fans that won't see that will just be like, all right, well, he just started 22nd and his teammate was on pole, but there was a reason for that. So I don't really mind defending myself in that scenario because I felt like the team did a great job and we did have a great car. So it was something that we know that we will be able to carry to the Indy GP, which makes us excited. And yeah, I think overall the team had a strong weekend, which is cool. And we were, a little bit stuck again in the race because once you start back there, sometimes it's tough. Pagano had a great run through though, and Will Power did as well.
Will Power.
But one move is all it takes. Like one situation to get ahead of one car can change your race entirely. And I, at the beginning, did not get around the car that I needed to get around. Got stuck in traffic, and that was it. So had some good pace, ran around a little bit, and then that was kind of like where me, Jack Harvey, David Malukas, and Helio were just kind of driving around.
Yeah,
that was it.
Doing some laps.
Yeah, and I mean those are all good guys. Like this is such a competitive series that you're around people that you're 4-time champ. These good strong rookies. Jack at Rahal's been great. So a lot of guys back there. Everyone has their weekends for sure. So we know that we're going to be strong in May, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys tested superbly there a couple weeks ago, and obviously Renus was the champ of the GP last year. You led the most laps in the 500 last year. So yeah, ECR. Definitely a fan favorite and a friend of IMS. So real quick, before we hop off of Barber and that, though, I mean, straight up, do you think that second bump was coincidental? Final thoughts? Do you think from Grosjean? Do you think he's getting little bumper cars, or do you think it was just kind of hard
I don't
racing?
know. It's hard to tell. I do know that Helio hitting Jimmie Johnson was, when you think about that act. When I look, I just got sent the video clip by one of my engineers today, and I'll probably put it on the internet. There's a 7-time NASCAR champion getting spun out by a 4-time Indy 500 champion, and I'm like, it's not a view you're going to see every day. I was like, this is something I'm going to remember for a long time.
Sure.
You got one of NASCAR's most successful drivers ever, one of IndyCar's legends. You know what? Sometimes people have tough days. It doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter how many things you've won. I watched 2 guys just run straight into each other who have more trophies than I have days that I've been alive, essentially. So it was a wild scene. That would have been a fist fight I would have loved to have seen too. Jimmie coming charging at Helio, fists ablazing.
I feel like Jimmie has a really strong fist.
Who wins that fight?
I feel like Helio he's got so much passion and he's so quick.
He's a dodge, duck, dip, and dive guy.
Right. Yeah. But I feel like Jimmie has just that old school like grandpa strength, you know?
Oh, yeah. Silver
not
Fox.
That he's a grandpa. Right. He's got that silver fox strength.
Yeah.
He's got that strength of like, hey, if you were dating his daughter, you'd be scared shitless of him.
Like he looks like Zeus, but he's got like one of the, he's got this incredible staff that he'll strike down and boom, lightning gets done. Everyone's done.
That would be, if IndyCar, you want to talk about, let's get in some ratings boosts here. Let's do, post-race, Jimmie Johnson, Helio Castroneves, right there on the ring.
Helio's quick. He's going to dodge. But boy, if Jimmie lands a right hook.
Yeah, I think that's...
Helio is dead on sight. Boom, on dead. Like,
I think that's kind of a fair breakdown. Yeah, I think that is.
Helio's going to the body. He's going to the body.
Right, yeah.
Man, that's...
Helio would be a showman, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he'd have a really cool cool shorts. He'd have a good intro song. Yep. For sure, good intro song. Probably a cool squad with him. If that would have been the fight we could have seen instead of Romain and Graham.
Yeah,
it's the things that people need to see.
I will say, watching it live on television and seeing it, and then even the reaction from Townsend and from Hinch and from Lee Diffie, it was like, whoa, okay. That second one, what's going on here? Like,
between Graham.
Right, between Graham and Grosjean. So I will say, as an audience member, as a fan, just watching, it was...
You're thinking it's malicious.
The initial reaction was like, what the hell is that, Grosjean? So that's where I was like, I don't really fault Graham because I'm watching it and I'm like, whoa, hey, if I was in the car, I'd say, I'd be like, hey, fuck you guys. So,
Yeah,
he said that over radio,
and he's a dad now. You got to be worried if people are coming at you with race cars. You better watch out.
Yeah, you never want people to come at you with race cars.
No,
for sure. So Barber's in the books. Pato Award takes it. Great drive. Pillow as well. VK. Will
McLaughlin has another solid day.
McLaughlin solid day.
Is he leading the? I mean, he's got to be either close to leading the championship or leading the championship. But
I was
those
happy.
Penske guys are solid. I don't know
for sure.
I don't know what Will had a similar thing happen to him in qualifying as well with some debris on the track, and so it can happen to anyone. And yeah, I mean, obviously those guys nail it in pit lane. They nailed the strategy. He had a great start. Chose the right lane, got it all going, and so yeah, it's pretty cool. They had a strong day.
Yeah, Scotty's second right now behind Alex Pillow.
Yeah, Alex Pillow, obviously he's been just strong every race.
Yep. Doesn't have a pole, doesn't have a checkered.
That's all right.
He's just right up there, top 6, top 7 every single time. So yeah, top 5 right now. You got Pillow, McLaughlin, who won St. Pete, Newgarden, who won the prior 2 races, Will Power, who has not come lower than 4th in any of the races so far, and then Pato Award, who took the checkered flag Sunday in Barber.
Yeah. I mean, it's shaping up to be a great, great championship for sure. And the funny thing is like, it's still so early that like one good race vaults you so high in the championship too, right? Like
sure.
You have, me and Alex sitting around like 18, 19, all of a sudden you finish the top 5. You're like, oh, well, we're up to 11th in the championship. You know what I mean? So like, and you have double points at Indy. So it's really until the double points race at Indy happens, the championship standings can jump around quite a lot. So
you go top 5 at the GP and then win the 500.
You're leading the points.
You're there.
It's crazy. So it's going to be a good. It's going to be a good battle this May. There's obviously a couple. We got Montoya involved in the GP as well. There's going to be more than 26 cars. So it's going to get definitely pretty spicy out there. After having a conversation with him after the Indy test, Montoya's hilarious, and I think he's like, yeah, I'm just going to get through it and get to the Indy 500. I think he's definitely more excited about the Indy 500 than the road course, which is acceptable. I mean, the guy could go out there and park it on lap 1, and you're like, you know what, Juan? Still a double Indy 500 champion. Like, still probably one of the greatest drivers that's ever lived.
Sure.
And you don't have to defend yourself to anyone. So it's great. That's an incredible thing to be a part of.
Yeah, no doubt. It's so May's here. We're excited. GP coming, double points in Indy coming. Whoa. Me and Conor are going to be camped out there. Thanks to Mountain Comfort RVs. Rusty, hit up Rusty. It's going to be great. It's going to be freaking phenomenal. Moving in on Thursday. Do you have any advice for someone who's going to be the first time month of May connoisseur out there in an RV?
Man, enjoy it. Oh, it's just the best. I mean,
right? But any hey, shitter's full. Hey, do this with the water, or do you not even worry about that?
Just stay plugged in. Yeah, get the water plug in. Don't rely on your own source of water. Make sure you get the electronics hooked up too.
Yeah,
get the cable. Get the cable so you can get cable TV, and you get the track feed. Got to get the track feed going. And always have a guy. Maybe hit up Wad, who always runs all of our buses in the bus lot. Give him $100 or something, or a couple $100, and he's going to be your guy. He's going to clean out your restroom situation. Mm-hmm. Always pump out. Make sure you get that thing pumped out after you use it a couple times, because it'll get real smelly in there real quick.
Okay, we
don't want a bunch of smelliness, because you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be inviting people in the bus, and all of a sudden it smells like you had 17 burritos the night before.
Right, so don't eat White Castle on 16th Street, and then go take care of business in the motorhome.
Yeah, always use the track restrooms when you can. That's what I would say. Yeah.
That's a great. There you go.
That's important.
Great piece of advice.
It's only like I would only really go into my motorhome and use the toilet for a non-pee activity, like race morning, or like if you really can't, if the track's packed, you don't have time to make it to the
totally fair.
You got to use it, but I try to avoid it.
Okay,
try to avoid it.
Totally fair. Yeah. So there it is. That's the big piece I'll take away. Use the track bathrooms. As often as you can. Are you gonna
don't let strangers in your motor?
Sure. Yeah. Are you gonna have a golf cart?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely have golf carts.
Man, I got to give me one of those.
You got to get one. Yeah,
because I got to be a little bit away. I got a pregnant wife. Come on.
Oh, yeah, they should just give you one. You guys got handicap parking?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can finagle in there with IMS.
I actually don't have a golf cart either right now, so I should probably figure that out. If you own a golf cart company and you're listening to this podcast, please let us know. I think Pro Carts might be doing something. I don't want to give them any free ads yet, but maybe I'm going to try to
follow up on it. Pro
Please
Carts.
Help us out. Maybe design us a Speed Street golf cart that we would like to use.
Wow, that'd be sick.
Yeah, because we got to get one. So that's important. It's important to have a golf cart, and make sure you distribute your parking passes accordingly, because you get two.
Okay.
2 for inside there in the bus lot.
What about snacks?
Yes, all of them.
All of them.
So my mom helps me out a lot. I'm gonna get stocked up on about as much as we can have.
Yeah.
Things that, like various cereals, protein bars.
Did not think that was where you were going to go
chips.
First.
Yeah, like I have a very diverse set of cereals: Lucky Charms, Fruity Pebbles.
Seems very anti-diabetic.
Honey Golden Grams, or whatever those Honey Golden Grams are.
Uh-huh.
Those are really nice. I don't know what those are. Maybe even a Special K cereal, maybe a little like a strawberry Special K cereal.
What about fruit snacks? You fruit snack?
No, diabetes.
You just said you were having Fruity Pebbles and Lucky Charms.
Yeah, but that's breakfast. You gotta eat breakfast.
So you can have any sugar you want in the morning?
Well, those are more like it's like carbs, and it's like it's gonna go in your body for the right reasons. Fruit snacks are just gonna shoot your blood sugar up for no reason.
Okay. All right. I'll keep the fruit snacks for myself. I won't bring that for you.
I gotta eat breakfast. And you know what? The funny thing I'll have 4 boxes of cereal in there. I might have cereal twice in the month of May.
No, right. Yeah, because you forget about it. But you gotta have it.
But you gotta have it. Because what if someone else wants cereal?
You're gonna be able to come out to my RV?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. We just get them on the golf cart and ride on over.
Okay, because I'm doing a live show every night.
Also, always have a full bar ready to go.
Yeah.
No, I don't even get to drink during the month of May. But guess what? I'm gonna have every form of liquor in there, and I'm gonna have as many White Claws and Bud Lights and Miller Lite products, obviously, because the Speedway is a Miller Coors group.
Yeah,
obviously. We're gonna have that stocked because you got some friends out there, you got some family. Maybe they want to enjoy it. Maybe you're trying to be hospitable and be like, "Hey, here's a couple Miller Coors products." You know what I mean?
Very, very, very true.
It's smart.
So I'm doing a live show from after the Sunday night of when we find out the pole sitter. Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Taking a day off Thursday, Friday during the day, carb day.
Oh.
I got my uncle. He has a Yellow Line Productions. He has his own company, Yellow Line Productions. So check them out. But he's going to be doing the whole live stream setup for us. So you and friends are going to have to come by and chit chat and have a good time.
Yeah, Carb Day is a wild one, but I mean, sure.
No, I was talking about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All the day. Okay, yeah, let's do it. I'm in.
At evening time, like a happy hour type of
One
feel.
thing I will also say is it's always busier than you expect it to be. So if all of a sudden you can't get any of us or we're not available, just understand we're trying. Because it is, especially this year, I look at my schedule as it's filling up and it's like, oh, I forgot this. We do a lot during the month of May. It's like, even this week, like we're not even on track until next weekend.
Yeah.
But like this week, there's like 4 or 5 events. Like we got things going on. It's like, oh, all right, here we go.
So that's Conor lightly saying, "Hey, go fuck yourself. Not going to be able to make it." But
no,
I'm trying.
I mean, look, we're doing shows, bro. We're a content team. Right. We're a content team.
We got
but you're going to be the guy, so you got to anchor it for us. This
I'll
month.
anchor for sure.
You got to be the anchor.
I just need a little drop in.
That's
just
okay.
A little speedboat drop in.
Swing on by. Bring some Miller Coors products for you and the family.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I've been a lot with like Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Okay.
So
is
maybe
he racing?
No,
I guess not.
I don't think so because he's right across the way from me.
Well, it looks like he's going to come and hang out.
He's going to come hang out. He's
well, I believe he's
Coors.
like. Someone told me he's like the reserve driver for Ganassi or something like that now.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think Ryan is basically like he's like the guy. If anyone goes down for whatever reason, whether it's typhoid fever or COVID or whatever it is, or
a lot of typhoid fever going around.
Typhoid, yeah.
Got to watch out for that TF, baby.
Yeah, I don't know, mononucleosis. I can't think of any.
You ever had mono?
Thing. No.
Man,
no,
it is. I literally like. You want to talk to people like, oh man, I was planning my funeral. I was on my deathbed.
Yeah. So if Ryan's your guy, if you're going down with mono, that's your guy. So
it's terrible.
I'm glad to know he's going to be out there. And you know what? That's where I spent my first Indy 500. Was out there in Turn 2 lot.
No, it's not Turn 2 lot. It's museum.
Okay, the museum. Well, I was even further out. I was outside of Turn 2.
Yeah.
So you're actually in a better spot than I am.
Yeah.
Or I was. That's fine.
Exactly. No,
that's
it's great.
Right.
It's great. I can't wait. All right. Well, so over this last weekend, you know what else happened? Because again, we're a thing of all sports, motorsports topics podcast. The NFL draft was this weekend.
Yeah, man, I didn't get to see much of it.
Takeaways,
but it was weird going through the entire first round. And like my team, the Colts, there is nothing there.
Yep.
So like,
I feel like that's just typical for you guys now. I feel like you're like more surprised if you have a first round pick with Ballard.
But I did have a sneaky little bet that a running back would go in the first round. I lost. So that was
a little
a shame.
sneaky guy.
Just a little heave. It was like a nice little odds. And I was like, maybe someone needs some power in the backfield. Who knows?
Sure.
But yeah, that didn't work out. But it is fun to watch. I will say, like, there was a lot of all the wide receivers that were like, I like to pay attention to what's going on in football. I'm a big football guy.
Yeah.
And you just think like, oh, is this the year that the Jets finally win more than 3 games? Right, I don't know. Like, are these the guys that help the Giants go from looking like clowns to not clowns? I don't know. You just don't know. Like, are the Jaguars back? Probably not, but I don't know.
Hey, Jets, you got an A on this draft. We'll see you next year in the top 10 again, baby.
Yeah, just keep getting A's. That's all we got to do. Are you happy with your quarterback?
Oh, thrilled.
Were Kenny Pickett's hands?
Yeah. Well, we were, my whole family, right? This is well documented. We're all huge Steelers fans, and so we had a draft night party, and we were over at my folks, and so we're all sitting there on pins and needles watching with every pick. Oh, is a quarterback going to be taken? And when Detroit traded up to 12, I was like, oh, for sure, this is Malik or Kenny or someone.
Oh yeah,
didn't happen. We're like, holy cow, this could really work out. So then we are at the 20th pick. All the quarterbacks are on the board. Franco Harris is up there. He gets the card. He has a reaction like the name Jesus is on the card. I'm like, what is going on? Who's this going to be? And man, he called that name, and literally we all jumped up and down. I mean, we were so pumped, and been lucky enough to get to become friends with Kenny over the last year. While even he was at Pitt, and so this
friend of the show,
exactly, and
friend of the show.
Just so happy to see his reaction, and so pumped for him. And I think it's just such a perfect marriage, and I gave him some time because obviously his phone was just going to be blowing up, right?
Yep.
Rightfully so. But I talked with him on Sunday night finally, and I was
Nice.
we both were just like, holy effing shit, it happened. I can't believe it. Because all leading up to the draft is like, bro, I want we don't want anybody else but you, man.
Know
but
where you got to go.
I was like, I just don't think that you're going to be there. Like, I think you're going to be off the board. Like, and he's like, oh yeah, man, I understand. Like, well, fingers crossed. And then, lo and behold, it happened. So felt like destiny to me. Super happy for Kenny. I already got my Kenny Pickett jersey on pre-order, and
nice.
I'm ready to go, man.
So here's the thing, though. Do you think they made the emotional choice because big Pittsburgh guy, like a hometown, or is he the guy? Like, is he the most qualified quarterback that could have been taken at that time?
I mean, I think so because every other quarterback.
Because it seemed like it was like, okay, this is a great story. Like I love like you know what? That's our guy. He's a Pittsburgh guy. You know what I mean? And that's just what it was all about. So I just seemed like, you know what? Like I like that story. But then, 2 years from now, you're going to get Stephen A. Smith talking wild about like, they picked him because he was an emotional power.
He already was doing that, but I think the answer is no to that for multiple reasons. One, because where they're picking at 20, all the other quarterbacks in the entire draft were available. So if they really didn't feel the best about Kenny, then they would have taken somebody else.
There you go.
Number two, I just don't think that's how Colbert or Tomlin draft or how they operate, when it comes to that. And three, I just think that, Kenny is the most pro-ready. He's not going into a Jacksonville or a Cincinnati situation before Joe Burrow. Like, he's coming into a situation where he's got Pat Freiermuth, Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson. They just drafted 2 more receivers this year. Like, he's got 3 all-pros on the defensive side of the ball. He's not coming in to be like, hey, save our franchise, Kenny. He's coming in to be like Kenny football, make some dope-ass plays like the fake slide, and, get the team back to the Super Bowl. So, we're good.
That's exciting.
It is.
And talking about football still makes me mad that we kind of skipped over it, but I missed meeting Tim Tebow. I don't know why. Tim Tebow was apparently the guy in the 2-seater leading us around the race, and I was like, what?
He did the start your engines.
I know, but it's funny because with the rain, for some reason, they canceled driver intros, which is where I assume you normally meet the guy.
Okay.
And I am now so sad that, Tim Tebow, no matter what your opinion is, I kind of want to meet Tim Tebow.
Oh, who doesn't want to meet Tim Tebow?
It's Tebow time.
He's a legend.
Like, it's really cool to meet Tim Tebow. So I literally, I don't know when I discovered it, but I think it was after the race. I actually had to go to the med center after the race. I was in a really bad state.
A little dehydrated?
My cool shirt did not function, and I had to be carried to the medical center. So it was tough. The more you know now in the Speed Street podcast.
Jeez,
but
I didn't know that.
It was not fun. Cool shirt didn't work. Very hot race, very physical race, and I'm not really sure what happened there. But I think I was like starting to come back, and fluids were going in me, and I was like, Tim Tebow was here. I was like, I didn't meet him. I was like, what
a bummer.
What in the world? Yeah. So it was, but. I'm glad he was there, though. I'm glad he was there. I hope he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I hope he put some tweets out there because our advertising is tough. Obviously, we didn't really see anything in Alabama that was indicating that there was a race going on. No billboards.
But at least I sold out, right?
Yeah, sold out Saturday, Sunday. But does it tell people to watch on television? I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of the whole story there on Tim Tebow and our advertising woes.
I'm glad
the
that
ratings came out today.
I'm glad that you're okay, and I'm glad that...
Thank you. That's fine. I'm fine.
Sorry that you didn't meet Tebow. And another time. We'll make it happen. All right, we got a lot of listener questions. You want to get into those?
Yes, we can. I feel like we should address quickly, though, our Indy Lights driver who scored his first Indy Lights podium.
Okay.
Who some people tweeted at us that said, why have we not mentioned this name before? Stingray Rob.
Oh, love this guy.
Stingray Rob, strong name, incredible name. Has been in the road to Indy for a couple years now. He's driving for Andretti Autosport in the Indy Lights series. Incredible name. I actually don't. I feel like I've met him maybe once or twice. But the name rolls right off the tongue. I mean, you just want to say it all the time. If he doesn't develop an incredible merch line at some point, I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Stingray Rob. Indy Lights driver, was, I believe, an Indy Pro 2000 last year. And Andretti Autosport driver now.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Stingray.
So cool.
And I believe that is there's been many a discussion about this, but I believe that is fully his real name. Like,
no,
fully,
it is.
yeah.
I heard Kevin Lee talk about it.
Yes. Real legit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like his first name is, Bobby
Randy,
or Randy, and then they just goes by, he liked catching stingrays when he was younger. You're like, nope.
No, they're big Corvette people. Yeah, big Corvette people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big Corvette people. Randy Ray Rob would have been pretty funny, though, too.
Randy Ray Rob.
Oh, Randy Ray.
Yeah, that's racing for sure, man. Shout out to Stingray, though.
Yeah, shout out to Stingray. Great work on the podium in the rain race. That was sort of dry at the same time.
All right, so just address it off the top here. There's a lot of questions, obviously, about Roman and Graham. We've already talked about that.
Yes.
So there's varying different questions that we got about. You better talk about that. What are your thoughts on that? We've addressed it, so we're gonna knock those out.
If there's any more details, we're happy to get into it. But
yeah, exactly. All right, so we'll start with AJ Hobson, kind of in the same light of this, though. He says, "Does IndyCar need more beef with drivers?"
Yeah, 1,000,000%. And I mean, like, here's what happens. If Colton's move that he pulled trying to pass, I don't know who it was, whether it was McLaughlin or something like that, and he would have wrecked him at the same time, beef right there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's some beef right there. But, the way Colton did it, he's just spun himself. So he just beefed himself, really. That's all. And so, yes, we definitely need more of that between drivers. But again, you also, like, the funny thing about, like, aggression towards each other is, like, people are always going to be, people have their drivers, right? Like, you got your guys that you support, and, like, you're going to ride with them, and no matter what, right? They're going to be on their side. Mm-hmm. And so I think a lot, like, unless you're fighting for, the win, or like a top 5, top 10 even, like, there's plenty of beef going on from P15 to P26, right? Like, there's a lot of us hitting each other too, but it's never on television. And, like, Helio and Jimmie, like, it's not beefy because we're battling for the 18th spot. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, it's tough, but I also think that has to be legitimized a little bit more, because IndyCar right now through the whole field is, like, so good. So, like, every position matters, and I think our fans have to understand, like, we're angry whether we're fighting for 18th or 4th. You know what I mean? And, Jimmie was having a great race, had some decent pace, and, Helio took him out of that position. So, like, I think that I wish that would have been more focused on a little bit. And I think our fans have to realize it's not the same IndyCar series you were following in 2008 or like 2004, where, like, yeah, the top 10 is all that matters, right? Like, now it's like there's a battle throughout the field. There was no cars out of the race. You know what I mean? Like, everyone finished, and there's one yellow flag. So, like, we're all fighting for everything, and so you can't be like, oh, just shut up. You were driving for 18th. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm also fighting a 4-time Indy 500 champion. So, like, I don't get it. Of course I'm going to be upset with him no matter what. Or, like, you're going to be, it's the more beef will come, I hope, at some point. And I just wish the TV broadcast would also diversify its coverage. Do it through the field. Do it through the field twice and force it upon yourselves to, like, look at what else is going on. Yeah. And just and get into it, because I think right now our field is so talented. You gotta go through it. You gotta talk about all these people, like, and there's only so much you can do, obviously, but we have to get a better coverage of more of the action, not just the top 3. And again, no one's gonna listen to me, but, like, I don't see why that wouldn't need to happen. Yep. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because like, I honest to God, like, I saw Jimmie Johnson's post of the onboard where that happened. He put it on Instagram, and
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize that Helio and Jimmie had contact back there." And
I mean,
watched the full race.
Yeah, like it was a full-on spin. Like, how do we not know that?
Okay, from Sands Club member, who's the biggest lightweight on the grid? It doesn't count if you say it's Takuma Sato.
Oh yeah, I've never had a beverage with Takuma Sato. Seems like a wine guy though. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know. We took out Callum Ilott, welcomed him to the IndyCar field, and had a couple beverages with him a couple weeks ago, and a strong competitor into the night. I respect that guy. And then I don't know. There's a few people that I'm sure could be lightweights that I don't know yet. I know Jack Harvey is not a lightweight. That guy gets into it. I feel like Grosjean could be a lightweight. I don't know. I haven't seen him at full attack yet. Yeah. I know they're good at drinking wine and stuff. I know Simon can consume a beverage. But yeah, that's tough. That's tough to say. I
feel like Graham.
No,
You've seen it?
I used to hang out with Graham a lot when I was younger, and he was I was like young. I couldn't even drink yet, but like Graham was like 21, 22, 23. And like Graham can have a great time. He can get after it. Yeah,
he's a big guy.
He's a big fella.
Yeah.
I think you'd be impressed with what Graham can do with a couple beverages.
All right.
You'd be impressed. Yeah, I don't know who would be a lightweight. I think the most fun person to see inebriated is probably Will Power.
Oh,
it's got to be Will Power. Yeah. I mean, that guy is an electric factory with nothing in his system. So,
you know who it is? It's Newgarden for sure.
No, I don't know. I don't think he's a lightweight because he's an elite athlete.
Right,
but he doesn't drink that often.
He doesn't drink that often.
He'll drink 3 times a year.
Right, and his body's such a machine. I feel like that. You get 2 mixed drinks in him, all of a sudden he's freaking hugging you, telling you that he loves you.
Yeah, he's just taking his clothes off in restaurants, and that's normal. That's a normal Joseph Newgarden thing. But
that's true.
People love it. He's an entertainer.
All right, from Ryan Schold. 1, where can I get a Bitnile diecast? And 2, what do you do to pass time on 500 morning?
Bitnile diecasts, I believe, are going to be made. However, since our deal was done so late and it takes forever to get diecast cars made, you'll probably see it in September, which is awful.
Just in time for the holidays.
Yeah, just in time for Christmas, we're going to have a Bitnile diecast package. But I don't know if we paid for extra, shipping on it from China. But I think that we would like to have some for the Indy 500, but I feel like that's a low chance. We'll see.
Okay, and then second, what do you do to pass time on 500 morning?
Oh yeah, honestly, you don't have time to pass really. Like
you wake up.
Once you're up, your media.
You take the shit in your motorhome, the one you do a month, and then you go.
Yeah, that's it. And then you go to the snake pit for 15 minutes. Then you talk to your friends, your family, and then it's race time. Like the start for the Indy 500 is so early. Like it's yeah. There's no downtime, 0. Maybe have a banana or a protein bar.
From Camden Pence, what is the first meal you eat after an Indy 500 win? So you take the checkered, you drink the milk, it's happening. What are you having? Where are you going?
I mean, I think the best celebratory food for me, I'm just having pizza. Just give me a pizza.
Wow.
Like pizza's my favorite food.
Common man.
It's simple. We're not going to go out and we're not going to have a nice steak dinner because if we win the Indy 500, we're going into the streets.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're going into the streets of Indianapolis, and we're going to have as many pizzas as can possibly be made. I don't care from where. I don't have any ties to really. I mean, I live across the street from a pizza place, but to be fair, it's been hard to order from them recently. So I would like to, open it up to any local Indianapolis pizzerias and get us 500 pizzas for the Indianapolis 500, and we'll drink 500 Miller Coors products.
I love that. That's you know what? Because some people, I feel like they do like you said, they hit prime and rightfully so probably and have a real nice dinner and then go get blasted. But Conor, let's just get some
right to the streets,
cardboard boxes of some just hot sloppy pizza and consume some Miller Coors. So I like that. From Trevor Gerald. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? I would like to start with this one.
Yes, go ahead.
Actually, my favorite is I That's tough. I think the best one, and is also my favorite, is Empire Strikes Back. But I think my favorite one is Return of the Jedi. My one that I just like is sentimental and I love and I can watch over and over and it's so fun. So I Return of the Jedi.
Man, I had this conversation just 2 days ago with someone. Like we're on the Disney Plus, checking some things out, and like I have a real passion for the older Star Wars movies. I love them.
Yeah.
But there's something about when the technology in film was upgraded. You know what I mean? And we got like
in the prequel era.
Yes, when we got like episode 2, and we had Clone Wars, and then I'm like, I like the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Was such an incredible and immersive film. I thought,
Revenge of the Sith also up there.
Yes, but like something about Clone Wars, I was like, man, this is. Whew.
I got you. All right,
it was electric. So
very nice.
I love it all, but man, I love modern film technology. Like I'm gonna love Top Gun 2 coming out in May.
And we're gonna record. Let's see, we're recording on the 3rd, so when you listen to this, it could be on May the 4th. Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Oh, yeah.
The National Star Wars Day. I know I will be celebrating. So hope you guys celebrate out there as well. This person, JC Zerneski. What is a typical day like during the month of May?
You know what? Every day is different. I think once we slide into a schedule of, when Indy 500 practice starts, actually one of my favorite things about the GP weekend is it feels like pregame ceremonies. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, I love the Indy GP track. Like it's an incredible track. And I think for a lot of people as well, there are many folks that come out to that race who have not been to the Speedway before. And they're like, oh, well, this is like cool. And we're like, yeah, so this is awesome. But like just wait for a couple more weeks. And so you kind of sell some people on the Indy 500 right then and there. And it's a different style. It's a different vibe of the weekend. But it also happens so fast, right? You get to Indy GP, boom, practice, qualified, race. Like, 2-day show. Oh, we're done Saturday night. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But then, once we slide into Indy 500 practice, it's very regimented because we know that we're going to start every day at noon, right? We're going to get out there. We got 3-4 sets of tires to maybe go through, which is not enough to use for 6 hours. But we will, have a certain list of things that we want to change on the car. We're going to be like, all right, today we're going to run for 2 hours, down for another hour, make some changes, go out for the rest, whatever it is. So we have that laid out pretty far before it all happens. And then obviously it's all subject to change with weather, with how the car feels, with how the conditions change, how the surface changes of the track. That's pretty much what happens. And then every night there's something that's going on, whether it's an event or, we'll just try to squeeze downtown to dinner. We'll get like, hey, all right, like Marco, let's go to Prime. Let's just do it like 8:00, quick 20-30 minute dinner, and then back to the track and go to sleep and get ready for the next one.
Yep. Let's see. Here you go. From Marlena Poza. What's your go-to snack before a race? Snack too, not snack.
Not snack.
Yeah.
Snack. Okay. All right, Marlena.
And she put the little emoji that has like with the tongue out, kind of like I'm hungry a little bit. Like
yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I've actually been recently into I love Kind bars. The salted caramel ones, the Kind bars. And that's been my thing. I've been eating a lot of those lately. Just the salted caramel Kind bars are nice, healthy little snack, but also delicious.
Yeah, nice little boost of energy. Just enough that you need.
Exactly.
I like it. Hey, how about this from our friend Chase Briscoe, the driver of the number 14 car in NASCAR for Stewart-Haas.
Celebrity guest question.
Look at this. He wants to know how much golf is played in the month of May.
A lot. I tell you what, Scott McLaughlin's already playing 36 holes the day after the Indy GP, and I'm trying to play 18 with him on the Monday when we're supposed to do our event at night. I love golf. My golf clubs are always in the back of my Tahoe, and so they're going to be out there every day. And I want to play at IMS as much as possible. We might try to go up to Crooked Stick, see what happens here in Indianapolis. But yeah, there's a couple. I know Colton golfs, Scott golfs, Joseph even tried to golf last year. We brought him out there for a day, and he wasn't actually that bad. So there'll be a few of us getting out there and swinging some sticks. I know Graham plays a little bit, but he's a dad, so I'm sure that's taking away some time from his golf game. But yeah, Chase, we're big golf guys. You better get out there soon.
I will not be out there. Well, I will be out there. I will not be golfing, but hey, if they need a caddy, they need a golf cart driver,
a brew holster
to be doing that while they're out there hacking away, then I'll gladly do that. But I can't play golf for shit, man. I couldn't hit myself out of a brown paper bag if I was, my life depended on it with golf.
It's birdie season, bro.
I know for you, but
it's gonna be great.
Like a triple bogey would be good for me. So, all right, a couple more here. Let's do. Here's kind of here's a Speedway related. From Chelsea, Christine, 34. Best thing to order at Charlie Brown's.
Oh, man. You know what's funny about that is I went to Charlie Brown's twice in the same morning when we were testing at IMS, just last week or whatever it was, a week and a half ago or whatever. I went there by myself, literally sat at the bar at like 8 a.m. because it was raining. Obviously, the second day of the test, and my team had texted me saying our meeting was delayed a little bit because of the rain. So I just went in there and had an incredible breakfast. And then I'm a simple breakfast guy. Give me an omelet, a piece of toast, and some fruit, and I'm gonna have a great day.
Coffee or orange juice?
Coffee. Orange juice bad for diabetes.
Oh,
only give me orange juice if I'm dying. And then I went there a second time with Rossi and Herta, and then Marco showed up before 4 other people. And so the restaurant, I think, Charlie Brown's got very mad at us. The head lady there.
Love it.
Because we had about 8 people sitting at a 4-person table.
Beautiful.
And the restaurant's packed. So
it is always packed,
it was a very, and then there were people coming up to us a little bit, but nice people, of course. But yeah, it was a very awkward scenario because I was there for second breakfast, so I had some scrambled eggs and more coffee. But yeah, I love Charlie Brown's. Well, what an incredible place. Definitely go there if you're coming here from Maine.
For sure. Yeah, and me and my wife actually went to Dawson's on Main right there. And
Whoa!
Went to Dawson's on Main yesterday for lunch right there on Main Street and Speedway, and it was phenomenal as well. So yeah, hit those spots, hit those local joints right there on 16th Street, downtown Speedway. Very, very good. All right, we'll finish with this one before we get to the Ricky Treadway Random Indy 500 Driver of the Week from our Laughing. Any chance we see Joey in the 33rd car? No. That is going to be a no for me. Unfortunately, I do not have that kind of skill, money, power, all the above. So I will gladly watch my friends out there.
We believe the rumor for that 33rd entry, though, is Stephen Wilson with apparently Dragon Speed and Cusick Motorsports.
Whoa.
Which I don't know how that is going to work, but very excited for that because we're going to have 33, obviously.
There you go. Hit the 33. Let's do it.
Ricky Treadway, Random Indy 500 Driver of the Week.
Please.
I went way back.
Love it.
Went way back.
Okay.
We went to 1965.
Yep.
Which we were not alive.
I was going to say, you better bring some heat
oh man,
this month.
This field is stacked with some absolute legends. The 1965 Indy 500, I believe this man finished, I'm going to look at it right now. He finished P32. Tough day for him. Engine broke, looks like on lap 0. So, wow. Might have burned to the ground before the start of the race, like me in 2015. Bill Cheeseburg.
You're lying.
I am not kidding you. That is his name. I do not know this person. Bill Cheeseburg, and it might be Cheeseborg, but he is an American, so I assume it's Cheeseburg. But it's
the O is in there.
The O, they got the O in there, so it's like cheese, CHEES BOURG.
Yes, like
Bill Cheeseburg.
Okay, Cheeseburg.
And I don't know anything about Bill. But I respect him because that's an incredible name. And there's an incredible, wildly talented field. Jim Clark won this race. Incredible talent.
Oh,
Jim Clark. Talk about a top 3. Jim Clark, Parnelli Jones, Mario Andretti.
Hey.
I mean, what an incredible era of motorsport right there. But yeah.
Here's old Bill Cheeseburger. Bill Cheeseburg. He was born William Bernard Cheeseburg, so Billy.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Bill Cheeseburg, man.
June 12th, 1927, in Tucson, Arizona. He passed on November 6th, 1995, in Tucson, Arizona. So it was back
R.I.P.
home.
Bill.
Rest in peace, Billy Cheeseburg. And then, he was an American race car driver who participated in 6 Indy 500 races.
Wow.
Let's see those results
6
for you.
of them.
1957 was his first. He started 23rd, finished 13th. Not bad. Getting
All
up
right.
there.
Yeah.
1958, started 33rd, finished 30th. 59, started 30th, finished 21st. 1961, he started in the top 10. He rolled off at the end of row 3 there at the 9 spot. But hey, must have had some bad yellows or something because he finished 28th. Yeah, tough strategy there for Bill Cheeseburg. His last 500 was the one in 1965, and it was his worst. So he went out not swinging very well.
I tell you what, we're learning more every day, and that's what this segment's all about.
1961, he crashed.
Oh,
yeah, that's what caused him to finish 28th.
That's a shame.
All right, well, rest in peace, Billy Cheeseburg.
Yep, Bill Cheeseburg. That's our guy now, 1965.
Awesome. All right, well, we are so pumped that it is the month of May. We are so pumped for everything to come this month. Please get on board now. You don't want to miss everything that we got in store. Again, tickets go on sale on Friday for the greatest spectacle in podcasting coming up on Monday, May 16th in downtown Indy at Sun King Brewery. Follow us on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, at Speed Street Pod. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify if that's your podcast of choice. Leave us a rating. Leave us a review. We're going to be here all month long. Conor, you got anything else?
Month of May. Let's get it rocking. We're gonna go pursue some trophies, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on with this podcast. So stay tuned. We got some really exciting things coming up.
Yep, absolutely. Happy May to you. We are back home again, and we'll talk to you next time on Speed Street.